All right, taking a look at index out of bounds exception number 3 here. And this is a good one to explain because it's both kind of weird what they're asking for, and also it's really useful. So let's take a look at what's going on here. Basically what it's saying is really great for storing values in a list, but there can be mistakes when you're trying to access something. The key one that we're trying to get here, we are actually trying to produce an error here. We're trying to get an index out of bounds exception. So let's look at this. This program is called IUB index out of bounds program. Like maybe they could have spelled that out, but that's not really my choice. Let's take a look at what this is asking you to do. This set of code, actually would rather they left this out, but this is just going to print out all the stuff in our array. Let's just run it and see. You can just at least see what's happening here. It's going to print out this whole stuff. I don't know, Niels Bohr. Okay. If we look through this code, we're going to see an array list. The name of the array list is lines. The type of thing is getting stored in this array list is a string. And then we can see that we're adding these strings to our array list. We're adding 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lines. Let's take a look at that in slow mode version. And I might just give you the answer on this one just because I think it's like a good lesson to have. So let's take a look through this. If we step over, okay, so we're at this line in the code. I'm going to step over. So we've done all of these lines of code. If I look at my set of variables over here, I have an array list called lines. It has a size of 6 right now. So, okay, so basically what it wants you to do, it wants you to get an index out of bounds exception. It wants you to grab something that is not within the bounds, like within this array. Perfectly valuable one, perfectly okay ones to get are like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If I say something like system out print lines.get 0, no problem. 2, 3, 4, 5, no problem. But if I try to access something like 7 is not inside, like there's nothing in position 7. So that's actually going to produce an error. When we run this, when we go get the thing at position 7, it's going to give us this whole big giant error, index out of bounds exception. That is what this problem is trying to get you to do, to produce this error. The reason it wants you to see this error, produce this error, is because it will happen a lot in your code where you might have some sort of like when you start dealing with loops, you might accidentally get something too small or too big. You might try and access an index that is not inside the array list. So it's really important to be familiar with this error. This is one of the key errors that we can come across when we're working with array lists. So it's just a good idea to kind of know what that is and how you might see it. So for this code, it really just wants you to run this. For this exercise, it just wants you to run something like this. Choose a different value other than 7. That will also produce an error.